The sun was just beginning to rise over the tranquil waters of the Pacific Northwest. The ocean sparkled with golden light, and the air was calm, carrying the distant cries of seabirds. Marine biologist Jake Carter was out early, conducting a routine dive to study the local pod of orcas he had been observing for years. Among them was Luna, a young and curious orca with a distinct white patch near her dorsal fin. Over time, Jake and Luna had formed an incredible bond, built on trust and countless encounters. Jake dove into the water, his heart racing as he spotted Luna swimming toward him. She clicked and whistled, her sounds vibrating through the water. Jake laughed into a snorkel, waving at the playful orca as she swam in circles around him. It felt like another ordinary day in the ocean until it wasn't. While descending deeper to collect data samples, Jake miscalculated his grip on a jagged rock ledge. A sharp edge sliced through his wetsuit, leaving a deep gash on his leg. Pain shot through him like lightning, and he instinctively clutched his leg as blood began to cloud the water. Realizing the severity of the injury, Jake knew he had to surface immediately. But just as panic began to set in, a familiar shadow appeared. Luna swam toward him, her sleek body gliding effortlessly through the water. She seemed to sense that something was wrong. Jake tried to propel himself upward, but his injured leg and fading strength slowed him down. Luna circled him once, then swam closer, gently nudging his side. Jake hesitated for a moment, then grabbed onto her dorsal fin. Without hesitation, Luna surged toward the surface, her powerful tail propelling them upward. Jake held on tightly, feeling the rush of water around him as they broke through to the open air. As Jake gasped for breath, Luna stayed by his side, her dark eyes watching him intently. Using his free hand, Jake signaled toward his nearby boat, which was anchored just a short distance away. Luna seemed to understand. She nudged him gently, guiding him toward the vessel. With each push from Luna, Jake drew closer to the boat. The pain in his leg was excruciating, but the orca's determination gave him hope. Finally, they reached the boat's ladder. Jake grabbed hold, pulling himself up with the last of his strength. As he collapsed onto the deck, Luna stayed at the surface, her head bobbing up and down as if checking to make sure he was safe. Jake managed to bandage his leg and radio for help. As he waited for the rescue team, he looked over the side of the boat. Luna was still there, her clicks and whistles carrying across the water. "Thank you, girl," Jake said softly, his voice filled with gratitude.
In the Arctic, a massive polar bear named Cowluck ventured too far from his hunting grounds. The ice cracked beneath him, and he plunged into the freezing sea. Struggling against the cold, he clung to a small piece of ice, exhausted and nearly lost. Hundreds of miles away, Elena, a wildlife rescuer, received a distress call. A team was quickly dispatched, braving the harsh weather, to reach Cowluck. They arrived to find him barely hanging on. Using a helicopter for aerial support and rescue ropes, the team carefully approached the bear. They threw a life ring to get his attention, and Cowluck, weak but determined, swam to it. With precision, the team lifted Cowluck from the water using the helicopter. Once safe on solid ice, they covered him with thermal blankets and gave him fluids. Gradually, Cowluck regained strength and wandered off into the wild, free once more. The team's bravery and teamwork saved the giant polar bear, ensuring his survival in the unforgiving Arctic.